Hi, Darren Hunter here, and today's article, 10 Critical Keys for Effective Appointment Control, specifically for property managers. What's really important to understand is that when we feel that we are in control, then that gives us a sense of confidence and well-being. And it's actually a form or a state of mental health, because when we feel in control, our brain injects endorphins into our bloodstream, and that's why we feel so good. But when we're out of control, the opposite happens, and we feel stressed. And of course, we then have stress hormones and all sorts of things going into our bloodstream. So even from a mental health point of view, we've got to be in control of our appointments. And if you're not in control, then you're out of control. It's either one or the other. Okay, so let's have a look at these 10 keys here. Key or tip number one, establishing an appointment culture. And this really starts at the start of the relationship with the owner and the tenant, and letting them know that you are available only by appointment, and start giving them some good reasons. For example, you are a property manager, you're out managing property, dealing with emergencies, day-to-day inspections, and so forth. If they come in without an appointment, they're likely to find that you're not there, and it's going to be severely inconveniencing them. It could even mean a massive wait time. We'll come up with some really good reason that really puts them off, gets into their mind very, very early that they don't want to be inconvenienced, and therefore they've got to make an appointment first before coming in. Now, property managers say everywhere, well, my landlords and tenants are not going to do that. But those same landlords and tenants will go and make an appointment with their hairdresser, their accountant, their lawyer, whoever, so they can do it with you too. Alrighty, it's all about you establishing the expectations. Now, also you setting the day and time, not them. So instead of saying, hey, look, for example, would love you to show you the property, when are you available? And then they start nominating days and times, and that's not really, it's sort of a hit and miss where it might actually fit in your diary. Instead, hey, are you available tomorrow at 4:30 at the property? And it could be a 90-95% chance that they'll say yes. Now, who's in control? You are with that appointment time, because it fits into your agenda, not you fitting into their agenda. Alrighty, also, always giving a day and a date. Now, this was where I was doing routine inspections. I come to the property, tenant opens a door, and it's like, oh, Darren, what are you doing here? I thought it was tomorrow. Hang on, I'll go get the letter. They go and get the letter, bring it back. And, oh, it is today. Sorry, Darren, it's a pigsty, and you can't come in. So I have to come back another day. So always going Tuesday, the 5th of May, for example, instead of saying just the 5th of May. So whether it's an email or any type of communication where it's in writing or even verbally, always say a day and a date, not just a date, because I promise you, somebody's going to get it wrong, and it's going to be a big inconvenience. Alrighty, now, using the word back-to-back appointments, this is really important, that if I've got someone that calls up and say, hey, look, I'm interested in seeing you, can I see you in half an hour? And you know you've got a lot of stuff on, instead of getting thrown out with that, look, I do have back-to-back appointments, I won't be available at that time. However, I do have a time slot at 4:30 later on today. Will you be available then? And again, in just about every case, they're going to say yes. 95% chance they'll say yes. Now, again, who's in control? You're in control. Alrighty, next one. Setting the time ahead of the appointment. And this is really, really good for blow-ins, people that come in without an appointment. Now, if you just go to the front desk, for example, and young Johnny's there and he hasn't made an appointment, and he'll say along the lines, oh, Darren, look, I know you're busy, and I wanted to talk to you about Grandma's cat and Uncle Toby's big toe. And they start rattling off all of these things, and then get to the point of what they're really there for. They want to talk about their lease renewal. If you then let's reverse the situation, come back out again and say, hi, Johnny, how you going? Look, I've only got 2 minutes to speak to you before another urgent phone call comes in. How can I help you? And suddenly, young Johnny, who's coming without an appointment, is now filtering out in his mind what's important and what's not. And suddenly they're dropping Uncle Toby and Auntie Mary and all those things that don't matter to talk about, and just talk on the point of why they're there, because they self-filter when they know they're under time restriction. This also works if you're meeting owners, for example, at a routine inspection. When you get out the car, Mr. Smith, I will need to be back here in 30 minutes time. I need to get going to my next appointment. Let's have a look. And suddenly you'll find the whole appointment is now restricted or put within the time limits that you've given, and you're not now working in their time limits, which puts you out of control and, of course, stressed. Alrighty, next. I'm racing the clock, and this is where I was doing routine inspections of tenants, chit-chat, but I've got to go to my next one. Hey, look, I'm racing the clock at the moment. I've got to go. And I found that line really, really worked well for me to get myself out of that situation so I can stay in control of my time and appointments. Now, also always confirm the appointment in writing. Whenever you're making an appointment with anyone, whether it's in the office, out, always just confirm the day and the date and the time you're going to see them. And also perhaps confirm the appointment again, closer to, whether it's by SMS text. SMS texts are great for reminders. So whether you want to use that method to confirm the appointment again. Now in point 9 or key number 9, including their contact details. Put their contact details in your diary. So if you are running late, you've got the contact details easily on hand. And the last point we've got here is don't play phone tag. For me, I hate phone tag. If people are going to call me, I'm not available, call them, they're not available, ping pong, ping pong. What I like to do, I use Calendly. Calendly.com. It's very inexpensive and allows me to send out a link where people can book into an online diary with time slots that I am controlling, and I've said I'm okay to allow other people to book into these times. I give them the link, they book in, it gives me their name, their phone number, their reason they want to see me, all those sorts of things, and now they slot into my diary, so I'm not playing phone tag, because now if they make a phone appointment with me through using Calendly, then I'll call them at that allotted time with their phone number that's been supplied. Also, Calendly gives them a reminder. So by the time I call, they've answered. 90% of the time, I'm now able to speak to them first time without the game of phone tag. So hopefully those 10 keys have really helped you there. But again, it's all about you being in control. Take care.